I have a dream that one day this nation will rise up and live out to the true meaning of its creed. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal. These words are forever embedded in U.S. history from the famous I Have a Dream speech delivered in Washington, D.C. in 1963. Not only was he the youngest person to receive a Nobel Peace Prize in 1964, he was a minister, a civil rights activist, and he helped change our country into what it is today. If I were to choose a person to add to Mount Rushmore, I would choose Martin Luther King Jr. for his contribution towards ending racial segregation, his leadership in the African American community, and the legacy left behind after his assassination in 1968. In the 1950s and 60s, our country was a much different place than it is today. Discrimination in many different forms was occurring all across America. One of the most prominent types of discrimination was the racial disparity towards African Americans in the South. Martin Luther King Jr. started out as a minister, but quickly became involved as a civil rights activist, hoping to achieve racial equality. He started with simple sermons given in his church, which then turned to speeches, and his efforts eventually turned into sit-ins and even marches that gathered together in the whole community. Although many leaders were involved with the civil rights movement, Martin Luther King Jr. was different because his efforts were all nonviolent, and he was so eloquent in his speech that people actually wanted to hear what he had to say. His talents were recognized all across the nation. Martin Luther King Jr. moved even the most racist of people. He had a dream, and that stopped at nothing until there was equality for all of God's children. Martin Luther King Jr. deserves to be on Mount Rushmore for his attributions in the Civil Rights Act and helping America stand up to our creed as the land for the free.